Hey guys, my name's Colby. I got this Honda 1006. Finally got a little free time to tell you all the cool stuff I like about it and what I've done to it, I guess. Got the roof and Super ATV windshield. I got this blinker kit off Amazon. It's actually pretty good. The Ryco Moto. It's pretty good. It puts the blinker right here where, a normal car would have it. I got the TTC 3-inch lift with 32-inch KM3s. My dad gave me this light bar, so I put that little light bar right there. It's pretty cool. Mirrors are Amazon on the sides. Up top I got that Honda mirror. That's really been great compared to the Amazon one. It broke in the cold, and I just haven't really forgiven them for that. That Honda one was $100, but man, it's nice. It really, it does what you need. Put a piece of wood in here. It goes across, just kind of holds all the stuff that I use out of the way. I got that light, it's on a magnet. It's actually just wired, ran up along the top here and drops down to just a regular old, and then when I need light back there, I just plug it in. The rear window's an eBay special, like $40. It's already discolored, and the zipper's kind of hard to use sometimes if you don't put silicone spray on it. Got the backup camera on here. It off Amazon also. It's like $40. They're pretty good. Another thing I did was Honda doesn't leave provisions for the chains, so I drilled little holes on the side so you can easily put a hook in there or just use this. I need to get one for the other side yet, but I don't really tow a whole lot. I also need to rig up something for the trailer lights if I want to take it on the road. Just take wood home or something. Just past that, it's been pretty good. The light bar stuff I can show you under the hood. I can pop this thing off. So they give you these little pigtails, and if you just, it has a loop on it, and if you just cut that loop, it will give you the provisions to hook up to a relay. I've mounted my relays along the side there, got my little box there. Everything just kind of floats out of the way. I haven't got a separate battery yet. I'm debating on if I want to hook up a little one there to this factory system or just have a 12-volt auxiliary system under the back seat so I can hook up a big old winch or jump start a car or something like that. I'll leave that a little crooked so I don't drive off with it loose. Another thing I did was I put some lighting in here. The first one does a black light. I put one on the roof and a couple like in the back and on the sides. The kids, it's for the kids pretty much. I did a red light also right next to it. The red lights are pretty cool. It keeps your eyes in that dim mode for light so you can still see. Got one down here, kind of shines in this bucket. Got one down here, shines in that bucket. They also have them up at the top, but I also put one down at the bottom here. It really lights up underneath the seat so you can get your stuff out of there. Cheapy fire extinguisher. I just mounted it to the piece of steel right there. It's a pretty dumb way to lose your side-by-side. Probably want to get one of those. Other than that, it's been pretty great. The wheels are a Method 14-inch, I think a 4.9. They're pretty cool. They put the valve stem way in there so it doesn't get beat up. They also got their name real big on it, of course. I had already lost the Honda cap, two of the Honda caps. Luckily, I'd found a Polaris one that fit on the trail. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, one of my favorite things, of course, the steering wheel cover. That's off Amazon. Yeah, you gotta like loop it all in, but man, that thing has been great. It feels great on there. Everything is awesome about that. We're approaching, I don't know, 2,500 miles. I put my indicators up there. It was kind of a pain in the ass. I've seen people put them here, and that's probably a better spot just because ease of installation. Rear camera fit right in there. That's pretty cool. You can't really see it, but that really helps because with that window like that, it really gives you the privacy in here, but also limits your visibility out the back. So I decided to keep the nets. In Arizona, it gets pretty hot. We like a little bit of extra shade, even though it isn't much. I've also made little plastic panels that fit on here that just go into little snaps, little buttons. So you just snap it on there in the corners and stuff, and as long as you keep it off the freeway, it blocks all the rain and all the snow from coming in. But I want to make a new pair out of something a little more clear than what I had used. It kind of had a blue hue to it. I just didn't like it. You got the voltage meter in the cigarette lighter doubler. This is a button to turn on and off the camera. That way you can turn it on and off when you want to, or you can hardwire it. They give you a kit for that too. A couple more things. Also, I got the parking brake dealy bob. It allows you to lock it if you put a pad. If you push it over farther, you can put a padlock through there. To turn it off, you just push the brake and it starts to roll again. But it's an emergency brake. They're pretty cool. You don't hear about them a whole lot, but it's one of those cool things that really helps. I have another little part that goes down on this little panel right here, and it puts little vents in there in the winter, and it allows some of the radiator heat to come through. It just has little slots in it and a little tab that allows you to open and close it a little bit. But it does take the edge off. It's not really a heater, but boy, I sure do cuddle up to it when it's cold. Oh, and one more thing before I go. Where I put it is right up through here. I buckle this middle seat belt down, and then it has this little buckle that just kind of holds it open. It keeps it from moving, and that's pretty great. I just thought everyone would want to know that. My little cooler doesn't fit in the front, but it fits in the back. I've also got one of those little water coolers to hold a gallon of water. That's a little Bluetooth speaker in case I want to get jazzy. You know how it is. But usually I just prefer to ride around in silence. Thanks again for watching, I guess. I also got this red wire loom off Amazon. You might be able to see that little filter there. I got the deep water filter kit off eBay. There's a fella that sells them on there for all the Honda guys. Oh, I also had to get 1.5 inch spacers to push the wheels out a little bit more. It does help make it look a little bit better too, I think. They don't stick out a ridiculous amount, but it does fling a little mud, as you can see. But it still keeps most of it under there where you want it. It's been a great little buggy. If you've got dogs, you're probably going to want to put something over the back seat just to keep their toenails from poking through it. I haven't had any issues, but this is like a tarp-like material. It's actually a billboard or whatever that they sell that I wrapped the seat with. I'm going to get, the nice kit for it that covers the whole back seat for them, but I don't know if it's completely necessary yet. So that's kind of what I do for that. Any of y'all think that Honda made their roof with a Honda H on it on purpose, or does it just kind of look like that? The total clearance on these things, once you lift them, is pretty crazy. You can actually fit a bucket, a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket under there. It's pretty extreme compared to the original stuff. I really don't bang stuff on the bottom anymore. It's always on the top now when I'm going through the trees. It seems like it's one of the bigger buggies on the trail now as far as height. But I run the tires a little low. They're probably about 4 psi or so, maybe 5. I don't know. Low. Oh, I also got the little door bushings that you put in here. RPG probably sells the best ones. I got some cheap ones, and they really aren't great. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it seems like the whole pin would turn sometimes. You might have to run a screw through the side just to hold them all from moving. And that's pretty lame. I think the RP3 ones are much better. Also, once you lift these, the steering rack becomes a little bit weak. I'll see if I can get it on camera real quick. But when you bump the steering wheel, you can see how it kind of just wiggles that whole. So RB3 makes a heavy-duty steering rack that will be going in this one of these days when I'm just not wanting to ride and wanting to work on it, because it does kind of clunk a little bit. It does kind of flex a little bit. You can see it. Let me hold my camera still. It's not great. So that's going in. Also, it will quicken up how fast this thing steers. So you won't be trying to figure out which direction to go so fast. Some people put a knob on the wheel, and I think this was better than that. So I can't wait for that. Stay tuned, I guess. I'll try to do a review on it when it's done. Now, as for the alignment and whatnot, the video for the TTC lift calls for 3 turns out. I think I had to do 3.5 per side just to get them straight up and down. The front was pretty much right on like they said, and then I just did the string along the sides off the rear, and then I just got the fronts straight with those, and it's been good. It's been really good. I would recommend after 500 miles or so, go through and retighten everything, even stuff that doesn't look loose. Just give it a tighten, and then put a new, whatever it's called, the red marks on there, the paint pens. Put the paint pen mark on there, people. It's a pretty needed step that you can just look at a glance and know that your stuff's still tight, because it can work loose. And if one of these comes loose, I've seen the whole end break. Not on this brand in particular, but that's how they say they can break it. When that jam nut is loose, that shaft has much less support with just the threads, and they tend to break, which you don't want to do. So yeah, I'd do it again. I think you should get you one if you don't already have one. I'd like to hear what kind of products you have on yours, what kind of winch you have, what kind of auxiliary 12-volt battery or extra battery you got. I'd like to know what you think about certain things, and if anything would help me, I'd sure like to know about it.